you know what makes up a witch? They're a bit different from humans, although they often make their form look similar to them. Every witch is born from pure magic, or specifically a sort of magic nucleus. Almost like a pearl. More and more layers of magic build up until a witch can take form. During a witch's childhood, they will find their magic specialty. That's the thing they're most magically proficient in. It takes less energy for them to do the thing than a normal witch, you see? Magical energy. It isn't infinite. When a witch runs out of magic, they die, letting out a big burst of energy themselves back into the universe. Sort of a cycle of life thing, you know? Of course, witches can share magical energy with just about anything. Food, drinks, clothes, accessories, you name it. And it can probably give you a boost. But the problem with witches is that we're all selfish. Many people will do whatever it takes to lengthen their lifespan and consume as much energy as possible. That's where I come in. The name's Inquiry. I'm a detective witch for the Council of Witches. Recently, I've been investigating a series of disappearances that I think are the work of serial killer. Maybe even a group of them. Tough work interviewing families and friends for clues alone can be hard on the soul. Recently, it's I've got ended up leading me right into a corner too. But despite the chaos of the world I'm in, there's always one place I can depend on for normalcy. Taking a deep breath in, I took a step forward through the doors to a sweet little shop called Cherry Pie Cafe. Once inside, I became engulfed in a feeling of warmth and belonging. That's just the effect this place has on you. The calming music provides the perfect peaceful ambience for people to sit and enjoy a nice cup of coffee and a slice of the world's most delicious pie. The chairs were always nice and always clean. It was perhaps the only place I was able to actually relax during my free time. Well, hi there, Sugar Pie. That little lady is just a cherry on top, quite literally. Her name is Cherry Pie, Cherry for short. She runs the cafe with an upbeat smile and warm personality. When there was downtime in the cafe, she would often come over and talk to me with a cheery expression on her face and a slice of pie in her hand. Truly, this gal is something special. Morning, Cherry. Things been slow today? Slower than a snail in a foot race. It's a relief to finally see a friendly face. You'll be having your usual slice of pie and coffee today. You know me well. Yes, ma'am. Sliding the usual payment over the countertop, Cherry made quick work in making the usual order. So, how's work been treating you? Not that great. Oh, is that case not going well? Got led straight into another dead end. Every time I think I'm a step closer to figure out the truth, something pops up and pushes me 3 steps back. Well now, that's no good at all. I'm awfully sorry, Inquiry. I know I'm no fancy detective and all, but I'm here if you need to let out your frustrations. You look so tired. You really shouldn't be overworking yourself like this, you know? Cherry Pie scolded me, pouring 2 cups of coffee, just the way we both liked it. Hers, sweet and full of creamer, mine with hints of pumpkin spice and cinnamon. You worry about me, Cherry. Very much so. I don't know what I'd do without my favorite customer visiting me every day. She brought over a tray of our goodies and set them down on the usual table in the corner, far away from all the other empty tables and chairs. There's no need to worry. There's nothing in the world that can stop me from visiting you, no matter how tired this old soul becomes. Is that a promise? Because if so, I'm holding you to it. It's a promise, Cherry Pie. Sorry, but you're stuck with me. You say that like it's a bad thing. I'll gladly be stuck with you any day. But anyways, Cherry took a long sip of her drink, pushing my cup towards me. What's been happening in your case, if you don't mind me asking? I paused for a moment, staring at the pastry chef in front of me with puzzled expression. Cherry, you know, I'm not supposed to share classified information. The council would kick my ass if I did. But I'm oh so curious. I can tell it's really stressing you out, Sugar Pie. It might be good to talk about it, even if it's vague terms. Rubbing my temples, I thought about everything I had witnessed, everything I had endured, everything I kept bottled up for so long. Fine, but I can't say much. No matter how much or how little, I'm always here to listen. I'm looking for someone who did a lot of bad things. They planted a lot of false clues, a lot of things that were merely placed to waste my time, which it did. I'm really worthless detective. Now, don't say that. You've got a brilliant mind, Inquiry. Thanks, Cherry. It's just... I think it must be related to some sort of group or organization. Everything feels so carefully planned out. Even the smallest things that could be thought of as a slip-up have been planned all along. Quite a few underground groups of powerful witches. Those witches don't exactly follow the rules of the Council of Witches, you see. I took a long sip of my drink, my mind beginning to race anxiously with all of the possibilities. I see. The Everlasting was always well known for their attention to detail, so it wouldn't be surprising. I didn't mention the Everlasting. The Everlasting is a gang of sorts, typically behind the organization crime that often ends deadly. That group has been dodging the Council of Witches for centuries. There isn't any way, right? Cherry? What do you know? Keeping my cool, I pretend not to hear her slip up and continue with the conversation. Indeed. Shit. I might be able to get some information out of her if I play my cards right. Though, honestly, I really didn't want to do any work right now. Here's the problem. A lemon witch recently has gone missing. Sources say she was relatively young, too. She disappeared last week after an outing in this very town. It's been troublesome narrowing down a place. However, there is a chance Cherry Pie could have something to do with it. Ironic, two fruit witches involved on opposite sides of potentially deadly crimes. Kids? Where did this come from? Well, just figured based on the place, cutesy appearance, that would attract more kids. I think you would have known by now who likes coming here based on the amount of time you spent here. No? To tell you the truth, the only kid I see frequently enough to call a regular here would be my little sister. Oh, I see. I didn't know you had a sister. My little Lodi. She's grown up awfully fast, that I'll say for certain I'll have to introduce you to. She would love you. I would love to meet the little lady. Oh, she got accepted into the lottery for Incantation Academy not too long ago. Really now? That's funny. I live right by that school. Really? Well, then maybe you should visit before picking her up someday. I'd like that quite a lot, actually. Lemon goes to that school. There's too many coincidences. Say, have you seen anything suspicious around the area, Cherry? Everything seems safe? Goodness me, are you worried about me? Maybe I am. Well, now that you mention it, some people I used to come see, but I haven't been coming as much anymore. Coffee addicts, missing their daily cups gets concerning, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. Oh, do you have any names for anyone that you're concerned about? Not off the top of my head, no. But I'm sure it's just me being silly. No need to worry about that. Damn it. No matter what I do or say, it's just running me back in the corner again. Is something wrong, Sugar Pie? No, don't worry about it, Cherry. Do you have any boxes or bags or something I can take this out in? Yeah, but you're leaving already? You didn't even take a bite. Sorry, Cherry. I got a lot of things on my mind right now. I'll see you again soon, though. Cherry packed away my pie slice, trying to force a smile. I felt bad, but there's no way I can keep a normal conversation right now. My mind is too clouded with work. Will do. See you later, Cherry. She was acting a bit weird just now, wasn't she? It's probably just my inner paranoia. Ending 1 of 6 to go. Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe it. Some people just don't know how to be polite. The other day, my little sis brought in one of her friends. Little sister? I didn't know Cherry had a little sister. More importantly, though her sister may be the same age as Lemon Witch, could be possible that they know each other? I tried so hard to be nice, I really did. This kid, she just had such a sour attitude. I know what you mean. Kids these days really ought to lighten up more. Exactly, or at least don't give workers doing their job a weird look and sass for no reason. A kid with a sour attitude. Oh, she got accepted into the Lottery of Incantation Academy not too long ago. Really now? That's funny, I live right by that school. Really? Well then maybe I should visit you before picking her up someday. I'd like that quite a lot actually. Let me go to that school, there's too many coincidences. Just talking to Cherry like this felt like the world's most casual interrogation. I was finding out a lot of things. Things that didn't add up. Things that made me have more questions. Luckily, I had the time necessary to get a bit more information out of her. Sugar Pie, you haven't touched your slice yet. Is something the matter? Cherry looked concerned. Shit. Can't have her catch on to me. I laughed it off, telling her I just enjoyed her company so much that I'd forgotten to eat. Meanwhile, grabbing my fork to eat some good old pie. I took a bite of the cherry flavor, filling my very senses. This doesn't taste like your normal pie. Did you try a new recipe out for your pies? You can say that. Starting to feel strange. Dizzy. Combobulated. Even. No. I was beginning to grow drowsier and drowsier by the moment. You didn't. My head was pounding the second I regained consciousness before I could even try and get these old muscles to move. I realized I was tightly wrapped in some sort of rope. These vines? Oh, there you are. Turning my head, I was greeted to the face of my captor. My instinct was to use defense magic, simple blast of energy to push her away from me. Yet, the second I tried, nothing happened. Not even a speck of sparkle dust or any of that crap. You know what you did to me? Oh, nothing serious, I promise. I just slipped something in your pie. The fellas have been working on a magic blocker. They say it's even stronger than one you cancels of witches folks use. A pinch of that, a little bit of mild tranquilizer, and lots of sugar and cherries to hide it all. Mix it all up and ta-da! Have you right where I want you. What is this place? You're in a little teeny tiny room I like to call Slice and Dice Room. But don't worry, sweetie pie. There'll be no slicing nor dicing here today. Then why bring me here? Well, you were getting really close to solving your case. You see, my friends have been keeping tabs on you. They were going to take care of you themselves, but, well, I managed to convince them to have a little chat with you instead, to try to bring you to our side. What? You've always been my favorite customer, Inquiry. Being in my little friend group, it's a necessity for me. A life of chaos and torment with no end. It's just my fate in this world, I'm afraid. But you were always kind, always warm to me. Whenever you came in, life I once had paused. I was able to be normal witch, just a cute little cafe owner flirting with the lovely lady, baking pies, making people smile. With you, I finally feel like I can live my life, my dreams. I can't wait for you to come by, only on your breaks anymore. I want you to be able to call this place your home. I want to be able to call myself your wife one day. I'll make you coffee every morning, just the way you like it. Give you kisses every night. Together, we'll be a perfect picturesque couple living a happy, normal life. That's all I want. Do you tie up and drug everyone you ask out on dates, Cherry Pie? No, you're the first. Only. My one and only. This girl has absolutely lost her mind. Look, I'm flattered, but... What? There is a look of fear in her eyes. I couldn't even finish my sentence. Her eyes began twitching as I took my next breath in. I really should be careful with my words here. I'm sure you're wonderful, but your workplace and my workplace, it just clashes a lot, you know? Look, just let me out of here and we can chat about this more. I'm sure you'll find that they don't clash as much as you think. For an organization that claims to care so much about life, nothing really done until your little inventor witch friend went missing. What about that spider witch, the lily pad witch? No one cared that they disappeared. Not one of them was sent out to look for them. The Council of Witches only cares about those with specialties they deem important. If you find the others along the way, it's just bonus points. You all are just as indifferent to the death of the others as I am. A ringing noise could be heard from the other room. Another customer is here. I'll be back shortly. Okay, my darling? You'll have more time to think it all over. Cherry Pie skipped out of the door. A clicking noise behind her indicated she locked it shut. Using the opportunity placed in front of me, I started and tried to bend and break the vines, holding my wrists captive, twisting them off as struggle, I'll admit, but nothing I haven't dealt with before. Once my hands were freed, the next move was to cut the rest of the vines off, using the knife in my... Damn it, Cherry took all my belongings out of my pockets. My communicator was in there all along. The other tools, my communicator was in there along with my other tools. So much for being able to call for help. I'll have to find out where she put them before I'm able to make my escape. Awkwardly wiggling out the rest of the vines, I was able to get a better look at the room. It truly was an eerie sight. There must be something in here that could help me unlock the door. Rummaging through the tools and cleaning products, I found what looked to be a pale arm at the bottom of the box. Once I managed to drag it out of the box, it was clear to see the arm was fake, plastic, most likely some sort of mannequin prop. I've seen one of these before. They're magic cooling shelves. Cherry must use them to keep body parts cold. She cleaned off blood. I wonder why. Curious, I stepped closer to observe the dismembered being. It's a doll? Why have such gruesome dolls in the cooling shelf? The most eye-catching thing in this room by far has to be the operating table. The disgusting mess of blood smeared over it was proved to show how sloppy Cherry was with her work. So it's true, all of these witches really did die by Cherry's hands. I doubt they went peacefully, poor souls. I've seen these before. They're magic cooling shelves. Cherry must be using them to keep the body parts cold. She cleaned off the blood. I wonder why. Curious, I stepped closer. Okay. Oh. A giant chest in the room caught my eye. Not sure what could be in here, but it's worth a shot. Checking. Some sort of legs? Neatly dressed life-size doll legs. Interesting. Damn it, it's locked tight. In every case I've seen involving the everlasting, there's always been some sort of strange puzzle in these sort of hidden rooms. Apparently, according to my sources, they have a bad habit of accidentally locking each other in. Damn idiots. Regardless, if Cherry's in the everlasting, then there must be one of those puzzles in here that can unlock the door from the inside. I have a doll arm and a pair of doll legs. Maybe something will happen if I put them back in place. Ooh, put them in. Yeah. Upon placing the doll limbs in the correct places, a strange noise rang through the room. Simple enough, I suppose. With quick, swift movements, I unlock the door. The sooner I get out of here, the better. Exiting that nightmare of a room, I immediately stumbled upon the kitchen of sorts. This must be where Cherry Pie makes her pies and other assortment-based goods. The eerie silence of the room contributed to the atmosphere of impending doom, but listening closer, I realized it wasn't entirely silent. I heard faint feminine crying sounds coming from somewhere within the room. It almost sounds like a child. Let's investigate. If someone is trapped in here, I have to help them. That looks so good. Damn, I'm hungry. But I don't exactly trust any food in this place anymore, either. It's a cookbook with a variety of enchanted desserts. Looks like Cherry wrote in most of the recipes herself. The further I look into the cookbook, the more morbid the recipes became. I decided to close the book. I opened the cabinet, but all I was met with was an array of pots and pans and other miscellaneous kitchenware. Even digging deeper into the very back, I found nothing of use. The crying is coming from inside the oven. Hello? Is someone in there? Do you need help? I heard a shaken voice speak back to me. Please, let me out of here. I'm scared. Damn it. There's some sort of lock in this oven. Don't worry, miss. I'll get you out of here. Thank you. The poor thing. I better find the key fast. Must be somewhere in this room. Looking at the apron hung up neatly, I could sense something strange about it. I picked up the white cloth and inspected it closer, noticing that it was heavier than I thought. I dug through the pockets, finding an odd magnet of sorts. Strange. Why would there be a magnet in here? Magnet in hand, I crawled awkwardly on top of the kitchen counter, once placed near by the vent. I heard the metallic slide of the key ring, dragging the keys closer towards me. I got the keys. Opening the oven, I saw what I feared. A small witch shoved inside, crying her tiny eyes out. I reached a hand out to her, which she hesitantly took and pulled her out of the oven. Thank you. She appeared nervous, which isn't surprising. She looked incredibly young. Besides, being in this situation would have anyone fearful and wary. But now I think about it, I recall Cherry mentioning having a sister around her age. This couldn't be her, could it? You're welcome. Do you have a name? My name is Strawberry. I just got it. Witches weren't always born with the names they currently use. Often, when a witch gains their specialty, they change their name to match it. It's not always the case a witch will change her name, but it's the most common thing nowadays. A strawberry witch, I see. Congratulations on getting such a sweet specialty. It's nice to meet you, Strawberry. My name's Inquiry. I'm with the Council of Witches. How did you get down here? My sister, is Cherry Pie your sister? Yeah, she's my big sister. I'm not actually supposed to be here. I remembered hearing strange noises from upstairs. Sister told me never to go down here, but I thought she was struggling with something. I only wanted to help, so I went down and found her in the kitchen. Strawberry. Cherry, what's happening? I told you not to come down here, sweetie. Go back upstairs, okay? I'm in the middle of something very important. Cherry didn't seem like herself. Sure, she was saying nice things, but she looked so scary. I just froze. She was all twitchy and giggly, and I don't know how to explain it. Time to go upstairs now. I have important business to attend to. These pies don't bake themselves, do they? But you smell like blood. Are you hurt? Strawberry, upstairs. But I don't get it. Why do you smell like blood if you're not hurt? She laughed, a creepy laugh that I never heard before. It was so scary. And then she grabbed me and whispered, "People like us were meant to be eaten, Strawberry." Simply rearranging the circle of life. Wait, I'm sorry, I'll go back upstairs. This day is too important to me. That was when she locked me in the oven. Please let me out. I just wanted to help. I don't like it in here. I promise I will make sense soon, Strawberry. I kept crying out for help, but nothing happened. Until you helped me. Poor girl. Cherry really lost her mind. She's no longer aware of the severity of her actions. I need to get this child to safety as quick as possible. Thank goodness the oven was off. I see you're awfully brave, Strawberry. There's no need to worry anymore, alright? I'll get you out of here and make sure you're safe. I gave her a warm smile and extended my hand in hopes to cheer up Strawberry. Okay. Thank you very much, miss. She squeezed onto my hand, taking a deep breath in. I decided to move onward to the next room. My communicator must be here somewhere. Oh, is that cherry lemonade? Strawberry's eyes lit up in excitement as she rushed towards the drink dispenser. Strawberry, wait. Oh, we don't know for sure what's in that. It could be poison. I put a hand on her shoulder, which seemed to stop the girl from getting a drink. It was a sad sight to see a child frowning up at me, but better safe than sorry. Suspicion grew in my mind as my eyes scanned the room. It was more pleasing to the eye compared to the last 2 rooms I've encountered. I highly doubt this room is that innocent, though. If you use your investigation skills to see if the lemonade is safe, can you let me know, Miss Inquiry? I'm thirsty. Investigation skills, huh? If only my magic actually worked right now, we would have been out of here already. How about after we get out of here, I'll get you a big glass of whatever drink you'd like. Alright? You just gotta hang in there a little while longer. Really? Do you mean it, Miss Inquiry? Of course I do. Unless, of course, you don't want anything. I want something. I want a big glass of lemonade. Oh, or a milkshake with whipped cream and sprinkles. Maybe Cherry would want. Strawberry stopped talking mid-sentence. A tense silence filled the air. Miss Inquiry, what's gonna happen to Cherry? Is she gonna be okay? My heart sank. I do feel bad for this girl. She's gone through so much all at once. She's gonna be okay, kiddo. There's no need to worry. Why was she acting so weird? I don't know, but I promise you, we'll do our best to figure out why. Okay. Just as fast as it darkened, her mood and demeanor brightened up again. What a strange little girl. Keeping a close eye on Strawberry, began to search the room myself. Are you sure I can't have a little sip? Yes, Strawberry, I'm sure. Let's see, what's that? Mirror? Oh, mirror. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the cutest of them all? Strawberry seems to be distracted by the mirror. I'll leave her be for now and investigate it after. Tissue? What's that? The drawers have some pens and papers stashed inside. Nothing of use. Oh, I've always wanted to read this book. Really now? What's it about? It's about a wolf and a bunny who fall in love. I read the first few pages in my school's library. The book itself doesn't seem suspicious. Maybe it was supposed to be a gift for Strawberry that Cherry hadn't given yet. I approached the door with caution to see if it was unlocked. The second my hand touched the knob, however, I heard a familiar sound coming from the mirror. Howdy. Huh? Cherry? This is a pre-mirrored message that goes off when an unauthorized person is sent in this room. Still a little meat pie. You're not supposed to escape. Meat pie? In the off chance that you are authorized and this was triggered by mistake. Whoopsie. If you know me well, count all of the things you love about me. Toodaloo, meat pie. Don't worry now, you're going to be a part of the everlasting. Suddenly, 2 large metallic arms arose from the hole where the mirror once was. They snatched Strawberry. Shit, this is bad. Hey, let go of me, please. I don't want to be a meat pie. Strawberry, hang on. I'm gonna get you out of there. Help. please. The metal arms were squeezing Strawberry tighter and tighter. This is bad. I need to find a way to disable the trap fast. What was it that Cherry said at the end? That has to be a clue for the other everlasting members. Clock always has... Okay. Clues. I'm clicking everything. I have to do something, say something, Cherry clue. It may be the only chance I have at saving Strawberry. Cherry? Enter. I shouted at the desperation, but... Huh? Oh. A loud, deafening crunch rang through my ears. Oh no. Strawberry, no. I failed. I couldn't save her. The child died, and it was all my fault. She didn't deserve this. She was so young. Why did it have to be her? It's all my fault. Ending 2 of 6. Strawberry pie. Now let's do 19, because there's 19 cherries. 19. It's 19. A whirling sound echoed before the mechanism released Strawberry, dropping her onto the ground. The poor kid coughed and wheezed. She was practically almost crushed. Strawberry, you okay, kiddo? I spoke, kneeling down beside her. She didn't seem to have any major injuries from what I could tell. Meat pies? Were they all? The realization seemed to finally dawn on Strawberry, causing tears to well up in her eyes. Cherry made some of those pies special for me. Did I eat a witch? She covered her mouth, looking beyond horrified. As much as I want to help Strawberry, it's too dangerous to stay in this room. We've already been here far too long for my liking. What matters most right now is finding a way to get out of here and help. Can you stand? I think so. Strawberry wobbled to her feet. She looked off balance. It would be bad if I fell somewhere and got even more hurt. Do you want me to carry you? Yes, please. All right, kiddo, hop on my back. The little one climbed onto my back, clinging her arms around my neck. Deciding not to comment on how she was nearly choking me, I stood up and made my way through the now unlocked door. A long hallway greeted us. The other side was illuminated with light. To our right, there was a dark corridor that seemed to lead to another room. I was inclined to head towards the bright light, thinking it might be the way out, until I heard a familiar, haunting laugh coming from a very same direction. Silently moving towards the other hallway was our only choice, one that I wasn't very fond of. Entering the new room, I noticed the amount of closets, cabinets, and other places to store belongings. I maneuvered my way quietly through the storage room, one arm holding up Strawberry and the other searching through endless drawers, boxes, and cabinets. I found my communicator. I turned my head to tell the pink-haired child the news, but noticed a heartbreaking frown on her face. You okay, kiddo? I don't get it. Last week, me and Cherry were celebrating my specialty day, but now she's... Strawberry pointed her little finger towards the wall. There, I noticed a photograph of 2 witches side by side, pinned with pride. Lottie got her specialty. 316. Welcome, Strawberry. It was bittersweet. Truth be told, I'd actually been able to like Cherry Pie myself. She's hardworking, caring, and loving conversationalist. This changed in her. It truly did feel uncharacteristic. Seeing this photo now puzzled me more than ever. No matter how hard I try to stay focused on the task at hand, I can't believe any of what's happening. It doesn't feel right. I was quickly stopped out of my thoughts when I heard a rat-tat-tat noises made by Cherry's shoes, skipping delightfully too close towards us. My first instinct was to hide, but there was barely any good spots in this room. I have to make sure Strawberry is safe too. I can't predict what Cherry might do at the moment. Let's hide both of us. Me and Strawberry crammed together, hiding as quietly as we could inside of the closet. It was the only option I could think of with such little time. Inquiry, what are you doing with my sister? The Cherrywitched grabbed the collar of the shirt, yanking me out of our hiding place. You! Get away from her, you disgusting pervert. Pervert? No. Cherry. Before I can explain my piece, Cherry continued her scolding in my face. I thought I knew you. I thought you were nice. We were hiding from you. I can't let you hurt a child, Cherry. Cherry? Strawberry peeked her head out of the closet, to which Cherry Pie immediately hopped in front of her in a defensive position. Hurt a child? My sister? Everything I've done here is for her, to protect her. I can't let her grow alone with no help like I had to. Our parents, they used up all of their magic to keep us alive, Inquiry. They give up everything for us. All I had was my sister. I would do anything to keep her from harm, even if that means I have to kill you too. Oh, wait. Trey doesn't hesitate the slightest before I knew it. Thorny vines were trapping my very form. With one suffocating, painful crunch, I felt the life drain from my body. Ending 5 of 6. Sisterly love. My top priority should be finding a communicator. Anyone else trapped in here will get rescued too. Walking through the door leading out of the kitchen, I found myself in what looked like a cherry-themed waiting room. Odd. What on earth would I need a waiting room for? I couldn't get the sound of crying out of my ears, even though I was far away from where I first heard it. I felt guilty. Did I really do the right thing? Is what I'm doing right? It echoed in my brain, getting louder and louder. Gripping my pointed ears, I desperately tried to get the noises out of my head. Just stop it. I'm doing everything I can. My feet stumbled over themselves amidst the panic. However, I was able to quickly catch myself on the cherry-themed lamp. Click. The lamp made a noise, despite my fear that I broke it. Rumbling sound coming from the wall made it unaware that lamp was designed to be a switch. It was met with a hole in the wall, where the painting once stood. Normally, I would use my magic to detect any traps or triggers, but seeing as I don't have any of that now, hesitantly I crawled through the tight space. I paused my crawl for a moment, hearing peculiar noises from the other side of the wall. Sloshing, chewing, animalistic-like noises tearing into something. Oh, how I miss this high. Cherry pie? I know I shouldn't, but maybe just a few more bites. It'll make the feeling last longer. Flesh, blood, The smell was so strong it filled my senses, even from all the way back here. I feel so refreshed, so perfect. Bless the beginners for revigorating my soul. Bless the beginners. Cherry wasn't eating a meat pie. She was consuming a witch whole, nucleus and all. From the sounds of it, laughter reverberated throughout the entire building. Oh my, what a mess. I have to clean all this up before I get my beloved again. I wouldn't want to scare her. It's a bit too late for that, buddy. Silence. Cherry must have left to clean herself up. With that, I continued crawling my way through, feeling more uneasy than before. A secret room with a lone file cabinet in the middle. There could be useful information there. I have to look through it. Rummaging through the file cabinet, I found some peculiar notes. From the beginning, there were 7 witches. The witches of fire, water, land, artisans, world, mind, and heart. These witches were called the beginners. The beginners held immense magical power and paved the way for all witchkind to flourish. They eventually formed into a group. They called themselves the Council of Witches. They were able to split off parts of themselves in order to create new witches, and thus sharing the magical energy became known. Even when the beginners expired one by one, the Council of Witches continued forth in their honor. Their energy still lived on within all of us, after all, in the form of our nucleus. The magical nucleus is the most powerful part of a witch. Harvesting these nuclei and adding it to our own in a direct guarantee to everlasting life. So long as we keep harvesting, we will be everlasting. There's so much more here, but I should be getting the hell out of here. What am I doing? What should I do? Let's read more. There might be something important here. More sacred space locations, dangerous plans. We could stop. I have to keep digging. I pulled out another page from the cabinet. Report 16. The council may be having another competition to choose new members in the next few cycles. The representatives of the land, of the mind are growing older. Perfect for harvesting if we can arrange such a feat. Everlaster Cherry Pie suggested recruiting the Mind Division investigator inquiry into our ranks. We are allowing her to attempt communication within the controlled environment. If successful, we just might be able to use her to harvest the land and mind representation nuclei. This was bad. An assassination attempt on one of the council members? I frantically dug through the drawer once more. Top secret. If you're reading this, that means you are a member of our preparation committee. It is imperative that this document not leave your eyes. Our scientific specialist in the everlasting has found substances within the witch's nuclei to be heavily addictive once ingested. We must take caution to not let the others know until we can find a way to counter the balances it urges. If they find out, it may cause an uproar. This being said, be careful to monitor your own intake. Remember, cherry pies. Pie slices have been the easiest cover to both prevent suspicion and keep daily intake to a minimum. Suggest to anyone who seems to display erratic behavior only 1 pie slice a day until the urges subside. It just keeps getting worse. If the everlasting is growing this powerful, the very magical balance of our universe could be at stake. We're already on the brink of magic energy crisis. Taking in too much all for yourself is destined to doom the balance of the world. Of course, these bastards wouldn't know that. That explains Cherry's erratic behavior. All she cares about is getting her next fix. She's not entirely there. My head. The second I grew conscious, I felt sharp pain near my knees, my mind fogging. My limbs felt more numb than ever before. What's going on? What happened to me? Muffled feminine laughter echoed in my ears. Splotches of red and browns came onto my vision. These muddled colors soon took form to create a deranged young woman hovering over me. I jolted back, at least tried to get my arms, seemed to be restrained by something. Good morning, sleepyhead, or, well, good afternoon. My speech slurred as I tried to scream out, only to be muffled by a blood-soaked hand. Now, screaming won't work, so don't even try it. You really broke my heart there, Sugar Pie. Why did you run away like that? So snoop through all my things. I thought you loved me too. Was I too scary? Too forward? I wanted to do this right. What am I saying? You can't talk right now. Silly me. There's no use fretting over the past anyhow. All I can do is try to protect our future together. Oh, speaking of protecting our future, you may notice your lack of legs. I struggled to move my head from what I now realized was sort of operating table. Looking down confirmed Cherry's words. I was unhappily greeted with the sight of my legless nubs wrapped in crimson-stained gauze. All I could utter out was my sedated state, were groans and mumbles of discomfort. My legs, god damn it, how am I gonna get out of here now? Is there any way out of this? Anyhow, Sugar Pie, there's really no need to fret. If you're like this, I can protect you more. The Everlasting wanted to kill you, but I'm saving you, like how you saved me. Oh, how poetic. If you ran away, you would have been dead for sure. Now we just can't have that. Besides, it's not like your legs will go to waste. Go to waste? No, she couldn't mean. They'll be the most delicious addition to the cherry pie ever created. I wanted this to be special. You're going to become one with me at long last. It's a dream come true. This meat is so special. Normally, I'd use my slice and dicer for dismemberment, but I wanted to savor the moment as much as possible, so I used a bone saw instead. Shoot, I may have cut your hands while I was at it. That way, you won't go snooping around again. Decisions. How is a girl gonna choose? My darling. You're gonna be delicious. Ending 3 of 6. Cannibal addict. Let's focus on escape. I didn't stop back there, so I shouldn't stop now. Not with the state I'm currently in anyways. Once help arrives, I'll be able to do much more thorough investigation of this area. Not seeing an exit, I slowly crawled back the way I came. Cherry? Ouch, my head. Why is it always my head? Opening my eyes, I saw a familiar, unpleasant sight. Not here again. Cherry must have knocked me back in and dragged me back. Oh, darling. Cherry called out for me in her sickening sweet voice. I tried to open my mouth to respond, but Cherry seemed to have plans that involved me not speaking. It's just you and me, Inquiry. Since you were so adamant on escaping, I wanted to make sure this time you would listen to me. I love you, Inquiry. I'm trying to save your life, whether you like it or not. This is just the best outcome for you. The everlasting may seem bad, but I promise you, there are things about the cancel you don't know. Mumbling Rose protests were all I could say to show my disdain. There are things out there that they haven't even told you. Things we spent countless cycles trying to dig up. This goes so much deeper than you thought. It's not just a cute girl gone wacko, like you think. I'm truly apologetic for getting so carried away. This is life and death here. I have a family to protect, and I'm trying to protect you too. I know you question the things I've done before, Inquiry. The things they've made you do. You're a good person with a kind heart. How long have you followed them blindly? Haven't you ever wondered if you were true, really? Haven't you ever wondered if you really on the right side? To tell you the truth, I understand that feeling all too well. But when the time comes, we'll have a choice to make. What will you choose? Ending 406, confusion. Sighed Strawberry. I adjusted my grip onto Strawberry, hoisting her up into a nearly empty cupboard overhead. Miss Inquiry? Without hesitation, I handed my communicator over to Strawberry. I lifted a finger up to the girl with a gesture. We need to be quiet. Carefully, I whispered up at her. Okay, kiddo, I got a favor to ask you. I know this is really scary, and I promise it'll all be over real soon. Cherry's gonna come in here, and I might be taken away. Once it's safe, and she's far away from this room, you press the top red button on that thing I gave you, alright? It'll track your location and call my buddies at the council for help. Do you understand? Strawberry shakingly nodded, trying to hold back tears. Hey, kiddo. I promise everything is going to be all right. I tried to put a calm, comforting face on for Strawberry as I closed the cupboard doors. Truth be told, I don't have time to think up a plan. Cherry's going to be here any minute and speak of the devil. What do I do? What do I do with you? I love you, but you tried to escape. But I love you, but... Slowly gaining consciousness in the room, now I dread more than ever. I saw an erratic Cherrywitch mumbling to herself in front of me. Of course, I was tied up with many vines. Too many vines, if I'm being frank. Why did you do it? I'm trying to help you. Why won't you just listen to me? I stayed silent, still mentally processing the last however long I've been here. I don't feel good. Cherry knelt over, looking as if she were about to puke. You okay? Yeah, this happens sometimes. Yeah. Not to worry, my love. I made sure to lock up the shop. Nothing can interrupt us now. I promise, my darling. I won't let you out of my sight ever again. A crash was heard near Cherry. Flashing lights glared into my eyes. Voices I recognized called out my name. She did it. She did it. There was so much chaos of spells firing back and forth. It smelled like a mist of ice and burnt ash all at once. Very unpleasant. Get your hands off of me! I heard Cherry scream. I looked up to see her struggling to fight a beam of light that encaptured her from complete. It didn't take long after that for my buddies to pry me out of these vines and bring me out of the nightmare. I should be happy I escaped, right? I got a member of the Everlasting, and there's probably more information down there that could help the Council of Witches. But honestly, I'm just so tired. Every time I look for answers, I'm either running a wild goose chase or severely scarred by what I find. I'm tired. I just wanted to go to a cafe and enjoy a nice slice of pie. I didn't ask for any of this. Strawberry. Wait. You can't take me away. I heard Cherry Pie's protest as she was escorted out of the hidden part of the building. I have a sister I need to take care of. Please, you can't do this. Strawberry, sweetheart, there you are. You know I would never hurt you, right? Right? Strawberry silently cowered behind me, climbing onto the back of my sleeve. Strawberry? My heart ached for Cherry, truthfully. I can't wrap my head around that little girl. My head also ached from, well, everything. But nothing could compare to the hurt I felt when I looked back at that little girl. She looked up at me and said an expression as two of my buddies took her aside to talk with her. You know, she really is a sweet gal. She's gonna be all alone now, isn't she? Alright, Miss Inkray. Thank you so much for signing all of the paperwork in such a timely manner. I'll be sure to bring her out right away. I thanked the receptionist, wiping my sweaty hands off of my pants, and the second she turned around. At first, I was uncertain if I should do this. I mean, I would never dealt so much with kids before. But then, when I saw that kid walk into the room, safe and in one piece, it finally clicked in my brain. The relief, the joy. Miss Inkray, what are you doing here? I believe I owe someone a tall glass of lemonade, don't I? Her smile lit up the room. I couldn't help but want to protect it. Is that really so bad? If being a parent means wanting to protect a kid more than anything in this world, I don't think I'll do too shabby, huh? Strawberry ran towards me once she realized I was there for a fun reason. Wrapping her arms around me, I leaned down to lower to give the kid a big, friendly squeeze. Yay, Miss Inkray! Miss Inkray! I did it! I pushed the button like you said! You did good, kid. I'm proud of you. You had to deal with a lot of stuff lately, but rest assured, I'll be watching over you now. Wait, does this mean... Yep, kiddo. As of 2 minutes ago, you're officially my kiddo. I ruffled her hair, playful. Her laughter filled the very air. Yay! Does that mean I'll get to live with you, Miss Inkray? Yep, you're stuck with me. Unless, well, you don't want to go with me, that is. Oh no, I want to go with you. I want lemonade. I knew that the reality of this girl went through hasn't completely hit her yet. I knew when it did, it would hit hard. She doesn't deserve to be alone through all of this, you know? I want to be there to support her. Having that realization, I just felt like this was right. Hand in hand, I decided right then and there, no matter what, no matter where she goes or who she wants to be, I would always love my little Berrywitch. Ending 606, true ending.